guys, thanks for joining. So last time I did this, it's been a year and a half. So as you can see, new setup. Moving 40 minutes north. Have a new little shindig behind me. I don't know who says that anymore, but let's get to it. So basically, I'm just gonna go over this year because a year and a half is kind of long for stuff that I've missed. I know I'm not very happy about what's behind me either. Basically, looking at the rest of the NFL to make this not happen again, but credit is due for the Patriots for being able to have a successful dynasty and not beat the Giants in the Super Bowl. I just had to say it. But yeah, so we'll see how the offseason's already kicked off and the draft has gone by. But if anybody wants me to, talk about anything more particular to what's happened in the offseason before today's date, shoot me a message or comment on this video and I'll do that for you. But as of right now, I'm just gonna do a quick little rundown. Basically, as we all know, the Patriots beat the Rams. We're all upset about it. The draft happened. There was a lot of surprise draftees. And basically, minicamp just finished, and so as well did obviously the rookie minicamps, and basically the NFL offseason's in full swing. So we'll talk more about that as the year goes on. All right, so next is congrats to the Stanley Cup winners, St. Louis Blues. They had a 7-game series against the Boston Bruins, which is a really great series if anybody got to watch that. I know I got to see a couple of the last games. I didn't get to see the whole series, but it was a really well-matched Stanley Cup. Unfortunately for the Bruins, Boston, I'm sorry, you couldn't do that trifecta there. The Blues came out on top to win their first one. I don't know if people have heard too much about how big that parade was, but out of the 2.8 million in St. Louis, there was 1.3 million at the parade, around about 1.3, which is a pretty good turnout. Almost out of about 3 million in the city, almost half went out there, so that's pretty impressive. They're a 50-year-old franchise, but 52 years, but they won their first Stanley Cup, so it's really cool to see that their fan base has enough support to come out for that. But I'm sad myself. Hockey's over. My Devils don't play again till the preseason out in October, September, October. So for hockey, we'll just start looking over the impending free agency starting in a week on July 1st. Some trades have already happened, but it's mainly for negotiations, and some big names have gone so far. If anyone's not caught up, Jacob Trouba's gone to the Rangers. They didn't have to pay that much, but I heard a report that apparently his wife is trying to have a career in New York, so that was a big reason for the deal. So we'll see how that works out. The Flyers, I thought, was odd. He gave up a lot for Justin Braun, who, by the way, is 32, so I thought that was kind of a strange trade, especially since they would have to sign him to some sort of contract. But, nevertheless, we'll see how all this goes. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'll probably do a posting on that coming up soon. So that's all on hockey for now. As some of you may know, the Toronto Raptors have won the NBA Finals. Pretty crazy upset of the Warriors because I don't think I saw anybody besides anything in Toronto that picked them. So as all of you probably know from my previous videos, I'm not the biggest NBA fan, but I have started watching the Knicks a lot. So I've gotten a lot more versed in the NBA, and I actually watched a little bit of the finals this year. So got a little insight on how good the Warriors are with Kevin Durant, how good they are without him, but it takes a team with a player like Kawhi Leonard to, take down the champs, I guess. But I personally don't believe the Warriors are going anywhere just yet. But we'll see. That's another thing we'll get talking about because I know the NBA draft's not too far away, as well as their free agency. So yeah. All right, and another thing to bring up would be the FIFA Women's World Cup. I don't know if anybody is a big soccer fan that watches my videos, but it's really exciting whenever the World Cups come around for either men or women, just because a lot of countries come together. It's starting to grow a lot more in the United States. I personally get to watch it at work when I'm on lunch because they have it set up in our main building, so it's really cool to see that. And so far, the United States women are doing great, so let's keep hoping that that keeps going. All right. Next thing I wanted to talk about, just so I can streamline into basically the NFL offseason will be our next topic after this video. I'm just doing a quick rundown, kind of getting caught up since I haven't been posting in so long. But behind me is the guy that some Giants fans and a lot of NFL fans are skeptical of. That would be Danny Boy Jones. But I don't know. I think it's unfair. Obviously, he's never played a snap. And he just recently, I think it was yesterday, got booed at Yankee Stadium. I can't say I'm surprised. Philly, Boston, and New York have some very strong emotions when it comes to our sports teams. But I personally, try to be the don't judge the player until they get out there and show us what they can do. So I want to give him his chance before I really say, okay, I don't like you. So, but I really think he can be a good option for the future. I don't know if anybody really follows the reports where it comes into how the analysts kind of watch, especially the top 10, top 20, maybe even most of the first round picks, but a lot of the major news outlets such as Los Angeles, New York, Philadelphia, they'll check out their training camps, their mini camps, and see how these new players are doing so far. And, out of all of them, Chris Mortensen, who's a very respected analyst himself on ESPN and NFL, I think he's maybe on ESPN and NFL Network, but regardless, usually when he gives an opinion, a lot of people take it seriously. And believe it or not, he was saying that he himself doubted how Daniel Jones was taken at 6, but he said that he has shown plenty of potential and looks a lot better than people give him credit for in training. And he's actually starting to say that this could have been a very good pick for the Giants. So as a Giants fan, I'm very excited to see what Daniel Jones can bring. I know our head coach, Pat Shurmur, recently said for like the first time, and I've been watching the Giants since 2000, and once Eli came in, it hasn't really been a question ever since he got that starting job. So it's interesting to finally see a coach say, hey, there's a quarterback battle going on here. And for all those people who don't believe yet, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm calling it. I think he could be really something special. I don't know if he'll start at the beginning of the year. I don't expect him to. I expect Eli to still have the reins for a little bit, but we'll see. We got a new line, new receivers, one new receiver, and some new tools for him. Hopefully the retooled defense will help. But as the season goes along, I can start doing some more reviews on some other NFL teams, since those are, as of right now, our main topics going forward, since that's the main buzz going on around right now. So we'll get to that. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm excited to start over again, and hope everyone enjoys what they see.